What's going on, Shiny Crew? I'm TheSilverSlasher, and, Mother of God, it finally happened. The day has finally arrived that we get to see Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. We get to see the graphics, we get to see some characters, we get to see the starters and the legendaries. What I'm gonna do is just go through the trailer one little step at a time and kind of show you everything that I think you really need to see, and then give you a little bit of information on it. So let's just begin here. So immediately you see this. Wow. Immediately when I saw this, I screamed, and I probably shouldn't have been screaming considering that it was 5 a.m. But I screamed a little bit. It was a quiet scream, you know. It was a ah! But anyway, this game just from that first second looks marvelous, man. So we're already kind of ditching the tiny human chibi head thing that we kind of had going on in X and Y, and maybe that's the only reason that the characters in this game look significantly older than trainers from a lot of the other Pokemon generations. Like, I mean, obviously there's no more little chibi heads, there's better graphics overall. Like, it's also possible that the characters are just straight up older. But we can see your room here, which, I mean, we don't get to see much of it, but it's got what it needs, right? You got a globe, you got a little Pikachu plush, you got a Wii U, of course, and yeah, and just starting off right here, I really don't know how to feel about the design of the character. I think he's overall pretty cool. People are saying that the face looks a little generic, and yeah, I could see that, but there's a reason for that, and I will get to that later. So the next thing we see is the trainer talking to a man named Kukui, and what he says is, "Welcome to paradise, cousin. This is the Alola region." So, holy crap. So, we now know the region is called the Alola region, which, if you have ears, you know that means Hawaii confirmed. Who called it? A lot of people other than me, but I mean, at the same time, your boy. Anyway, it is the Alola region, so it is 100% based off Hawaii, and you will agree with me that it was based off Hawaii if you don't already a little bit later on. He does call you cousin, and that's a little strange because are you actually going to have a cousin in this game, or is that just like a bro, like a dude kind of word? Is that what Kukui is? Kukui like our pal? I don't really know. But the one thing I do know, and I looked this up immediately, Kukui is actually, I believe, the national plant of Hawaii, which, as we all know, every single professor in each region is named after a tree or a plant, so it's very likely that Kukui will be the professor. This route looks pretty sick. Oh my god, this game looks amazing. And we see this fat dude. So, a lot of people are saying that this guy is the professor. His name is Hala, I believe, H-A-L-A, who is also a type of tree, but I do not think this guy is the professor. I do think Kukui is the professor, but the reason people think it is Hala is because of this scene here. That's right, Hala is the one throwing out the starter. So that leads a lot of people to believe that, well, Hala is the professor for this region. Case in point, like, there you go, that's it. But, I mean, keep in mind, you did not get your starter, well, technically you did, but you did not get your starter from the professor in X and Y. It was given to you by your friends, even though the professor gave it to the friends to give it to you. Just keep in mind that the fact that he's throwing out the Pokeballs does not solidify the fact that he is the professor, because for all we know, this guy just, like, trains them up to level 5, and then gives them to Kukui for the kids. I don't really know. But, here's the thing. You can already see the backs of those starters. I guarantee at least 2 of them look good. And there they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, I don't know how people are saying that they hate these starters, because just looking at them, this is probably my favorite batch of starters ever. I love all 3 of them. Of course, we have not seen any evolutions for these guys, but right now, I just absolutely adore all 3 designs. As for which one I like the most, well, I think it might be a little obvious here in a second. So we start off here with Rowlet, the grass quill Pokemon, and your grass and flying type starter. He's just going ahead and smacking Bulbasaur out the way. We got a new dual type starter in the house, and that's freaking Rowlet. Rowlet is hands freaking down the most adorable starter in the history of Pokemon. I cannot say absolutely anything bad about this guy. I am in love. His ability is obviously Overgrow because they like to give starters that crappy ability. His height is 1 foot, so he's this tiny little guy, and he weighs 3.3 pounds. That is adorable. And Rowlet is actually something a little special because he will be the first Generation 7 Pokemon in the National Dex, unless they pull another Victini on us, but he will be the first Generation 7 Pokemon in the National Dex, and he will start at level 5 with a brand new move called Leafage. We really don't know anything about Leafage yet, but it's the general consensus that it is just a 40 power grass move. If I had to guess, I'd say it's physical. Rowlet does not look like a special attacker, and this will obviously just be like the grass version of Ember and Water Gun, because I mean, we kind of already have Vine Whip, but let's be honest, there ain't no way a Vine is coming from Rowlet, from any part of it. And then we have what I think are going to be its 2 different Pokedex entries. Let's just read them real quick. Rowlet can attack without making a sound. It flies silently through the skies, drawing near to its opponents without being noticed, and then lashing out with powerful kicks. It can also attack from a distance using the razor-sharp leaves that form part of its feathers. Its visual abilities are impressive. The darkness of night is no obstacle to Rowlet. It can twist its head 180 degrees from front to back, so it can see directly behind itself. It has a habit of turning its head in battle to face its trainer and receive instructions. The move Leafage attacks an opponent by striking it with leaves. Rowlet knows this move from the moment it becomes your partner. And can I just say, we do see it turning its head 180 degrees to look at the trainer, and it is absolutely adorable. Then we have Litten, the Fire Cat Pokemon. Obviously Fire type, no secondary type. It stands at a little taller than Rowlet at 1 foot 4 inches and weighs significantly more, being 9.5 pounds. Obviously got the Blaze ability, because why? The entries for Litten read, logical but also passionate. Litten always remains cool-headed and doesn't show its emotions on the surface. Can't wake up. Litten can attack with flaming hairballs. Its fur rich in oils and immensely flammable. Litten grooms itself by licking its fur, and then uses the collected fur as fuel for fireball attacks. When the time comes for Litten to shed its old fur, it all burns up in a glorious blaze. The move Ember attacks an opponent by firing a small flame at it. Litten knows this move from the moment it becomes your partner. So Litten is pretty cool. I don't know if I'd pick Litten over the other 2. I think I'd probably pick it over the 3rd one, but then again, maybe not. I like Litten and all. It's got a really cool design, but it's a little generic. And maybe it's just the residual everybody picks the fire type mindset that's just been kind of left over time that just makes me not like Litten as much, but overall, I think he's pretty cool, and I'll definitely play through the game with him once or twice. And last, and least, we have Poplio, the Sea Lion Pokemon and the Water type starter. He stands at the same height of 1 foot 4 inches, the same height as Litten I should specify, and weighs 16.5 pounds with the crappy Tauren ability. He's going to start off knowing Water Gun, and Poplio's swimming speed is known to exceed 25 miles per hour. Impressive. It's better at moving in water than on land. When it's on land, it takes advantage of the elasticity of its balloons to perform acrobatic stunts and jumps. Poplio can snort out balloons made of water. Watch it spin water balloons into a playful battle strategy. Both frivolous and hardworking, Poplio can get easily carried away, unleashing enough power in battle to make quite a spectacle. But Poplio's determined spirit means it can be usually found practicing hard on its balloon skills. The Water Gun attacks an opponent by firing a jet of water. Poplio knows this move from the moment it becomes your partner. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with Poplio, but I think it's probably my least favorite of the 3. It's really close between Litten, like I said, because I do consider Poplio to be much more creative than Litten, but at the same time, I am not super in love with its design. In all likelihood, I will end up playing through Sun and Moon more times with Poplio than Litten, but all of that is going to get overshadowed by how many times I play through it with Rowlet, because unless he's like the weakest thing ever, I'm just going to want to pick Rowlet, and he's a starter, so he's not going to be the weakest thing ever. But as we can see, Poplio obviously has a bit of a circus and clown feel, which I think is pretty cool because, you know, at the circuses they have like sea lions that will bounce a ball on their nose, and that's what he does, except it's like kind of like a gross water snot bubble. So like Cubchoo plus Dugong, I guess. And then we cut to this zoom in shot holy crap, it's the region. So, just look at this. And I want you to tell me how amazing this looks, because no one can lie, this looks amazing. And in case you didn't know, I'm about to blow your mind. This is not the full region, not even close. I would be surprised if this is considered more than, we'll say, 3 or 4 towns. I think this is probably 1 town here, 1 town here, and 1 town here. And I know you may be thinking, how is that possible? How can that be? Like, we're seeing an island here, and that's where I remind you that this is definitely based off of Hawaii, and we can actually pinpoint the specific island that this is based off of, based on having a volcano and having what appears to be the equivalent of Pearl Harbor here. So, it's just, this is definitely Hawaii. I think this is one of many, many islands that we're gonna get to go to on our journey around the Alola region. And I definitely don't think you're gonna have to surf to each place, but I do think it will be an option. So I think there will be some sort of Mr. Briny, like, method or something like that, but I do think surfing will be an option, so don't get your HMs in a twist, IGN. Okay, definitely Hawaii. Just look at these little statues. Yeah, okay, it's Hawaii. We're all in agreement. This is definitely Hawaii. Oh my god, this game looks amazing. I don't know who this is. Look at this place, my dude. Oh my god. This is new Lumiose. This is... and I like it more than Lumiose. So then we see this place. I'm so happy about this. I firmly believe this is the starting town. Or more specifically, I think this place at the top, right here, that is the Pokemon Lab. It's gotta be. And I believe that on this little platform is where you will get your starter and have your first Pokemon battle. And by I believe, I mean I kinda know, because they showed you getting the starter there earlier, and oh my god, I am so excited, dude. Then we see this really gloomy route with this person standing off over, looking over the ocean here. There are some really dark undertones to this scene, and I really don't know what to make of it. Like, this looks like it would be a genuinely sad scene in Sun and Moon, but that could also just be a trainer, who knows. And here is the moment that something hit me about this trailer. The hype is so unbelievably real, and we haven't even seen a blade of tall grass yet. We have not, because I think it's the fact that this place looks a little barren, especially over to the left there. I realize we have not even seen a blade of tall grass yet, which is just mind-blowing, dude. That it's so hype already, and we have not even seen a blade of grass. And then Tyranitar Tube runs up. Hey, what's going on, dude? He doesn't actually look that much like Thamel, and now I just feel kind of mean. Sorry. Anyway, I think this is the new rival, and that's kind of generally agreed upon, and I'm completely okay with that because this guy looks super chill, and I would much rather have 1 rival than like 5 again. It was cool to have 5 once. I don't really ever want to see it again, though. So in these 3 little scenes of the starter Pokemon getting sent out, we get to see the female trainer and just... what? Okay, we can't ignore it. She has a glove on her head. I don't get it, but it doesn't look awful. It looks a little silly, but I'll push past it. I just don't get it. And then, oh my god, out of nowhere, man, out of absolutely nowhere, the Sun Legendary roars at us. Oh my god, do you see this, man? Do you see this? Hashtag Team Sun. At this point, I'm like, okay, I don't even care what the Moon Legendary is. Unless it's a Moon version of this exact freaking lion, I don't want to see it, dude. And then we see him. He looks great. Honestly, he looks fantastic. I am not nearly as hyped for him as the Sun Legendary, but my god, these 2 legendaries look fantastic. Something that I did notice about these 2 scenes here, and this really doesn't have any impact right now, but it was really weird to me. When the lion is on screen, the Moon logo is on the left, and the Sun logo is on the right. When the Moon Legendary is on screen, the Sun logo is on the left, and the Moon logo is on the right. I'm really not sure why it changes, or perhaps they just mirrored one of the two clips to make it look better? Because they thought it would look better that way for some reason or something? I don't really know. But I guess when we find out the plot and what this place behind them even is, it'll probably make more sense. And with that, the trailer concludes with a release date, November 18th, 2016, and we get to see the full box art. And there they are. This is where I really was like, okay, the moon one doesn't look half bad, because that looks sick. But the sun legendary blows it away. Just out of the water, gone. Goodbye, Moon Legendary. And that concludes the trailer, November 18th, 2016, and I need to bring this up, and I don't get it at all. The release date is November 18th, 2016, unless you live in Europe. What? I know. They went backwards, and I am so sorry if you're hearing this news from me. For whatever reason, Europe will not be getting Sun and Moon as a worldwide release. In the US and Japan, it will be November 18th, 2016, and in Europe, November 23rd. 5 days later. That is... I don't understand how they could possibly allow that. I know some of you might be thinking, it's only 5 days, dude, and it's not gonna affect me, because, I mean, I don't think I've ever hit it. I live in the Americas. And, I just don't get it. How could they allow this to happen? Now they've got a standard of worldwide release now, and they destroyed it. Like I said, really doesn't make a difference for me, but I feel so bad for everyone in Europe now. I don't get it. Anyway, so you'd think that'd be the end, right? Well, extremely fortunately, the Japanese trailer is different from the other ones. And, I think they were really catering to us here, because the Japanese trailer does not have nearly as much gameplay as the American one, but it's got way more culture, and it's like telling a story of a boy who plays Pokemon, moves to Hawaii, and really doesn't know what to do, you know. He's kind of got the generic like I'm new, I don't know what I'm new here, you know. Everyone's kind of, most people have kind of had that, like they're a new student or whatever, and he's like, I don't know how to make friends, and then Sun and Moon come out and he makes friends through Sun and Moon, which I think is the funniest and just most real thing they have ever done in a trailer like this. And let's just look at the trailer. So the trailer starts out with this kid and his mom flying to Hawaii. And you can actually see this big volcano, which is replicated in Sun and Moon. So the majority of this trailer is just the kid looking at the scenes we saw in the American trailer on his 3DS and on screens at a store and stuff like that. But there is some new stuff we get to see. The first of which is this. What? This is Kukui talking to you through like Skype. I don't understand. This is basically Kukui talking to you through Skype. And I guess that means you're flying to this new place, much like you were moving there in a truck in Ruby and Sapphire. So you're flying to the Alola region from your old region, and that's when your journey begins. So what if your home region was Kalos? Food for thought. Anyway, then we move on to show him talking to the main character in this room here. And I have no idea where this is. It could be inside your house, which would make sense if he was your cousin. But it could also make sense if he is the professor. Either way, he's meeting you in some sort of room here. And do you notice something? Because I sure noticed something. That character is not wearing the hat. That's right, boys. Character customization is back. I cannot believe my eyes. Character customization is back. It's back. Here are the 8 generic starting characters. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. There is just no way that they have these 8 generic characters and no way to customize them after that. There's no way they look this generic if you can't customize them. It's freaking back, and I could not be happier. So this kid continues on about his day, and he gets to the park, and there's some kids playing, guess what? Pokemon Sun and Moon. And he's like, Pokemon? And they're like, yeah, yes, I play Pokemon. Why am I being so racist? Oh, so... So they're like, yeah, we can play Pokemon together, let's pick our starters at the same time. And we get to see this adorable scene of the character holding Litten above himself, which, oh god, is so cute. I can't wait to hold Rowlet like that, I'm so hyped. And it sort of just concludes with a bunch of clips from the game, which for the most part, I think we've seen. We get to see the mom character, which is actually new, and what looks to be a pet Meowth, which is super adorable. I don't know if that's yours, or if that's with the professor, or maybe that's just a doll. I don't know, but I want it. And the mom character looks so cool. She looks so cool. She looks like a combination of some of the old mom characters, and I can't wait to meet her for 5 minutes and then leave on the journey forever. In this scene, we see something this took me multiple watches to even realize. The guy is standing behind his Pokemon. He is standing behind his Pokemon. If that is just for the rival, that's cool. If every trainer will now be seen standing behind their Pokemon as they fight, and possibly even reacting to what happens in the fight, like, that would be mind-blowing, dude. Like, imagine you're fighting and you get a crit or something, and the guy goes like, oh no, like puts his hand on his head. That would just blow my mind. I hope that happens so much. But in order to not get my hopes up, I'm just gonna assume it's for the rival battle here. And that concludes it. So with all of that, it's official. We have seen a snippet of what Sun and Moon has to offer. I love every second of it. If you guys are hyped for Sun and Moon like me, be sure to slash that like button down below and subscribe, because I am going to be covering every bit of news we get from now until Sun and Moon comes out. Unless it's like a rumor, if any confirmed news that we get, Koro leaks, all of that, I will be reporting on it as soon as possible. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Silver Slasher Wade Silver, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.